I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe?
Fresh off the mass is the brand new cancerous growth who has come here to vie for your vote. Come here to cry at the camps and to mourn at the shore for the bodies that float by the wreck of an immigrant boat. Then it's back to their luxury home, couple security booths and a moat. Couple cigars, little escargot, little booze and a soak. Just breathe in the steam and the smoke. Pink salt, lavender, candles are low. Shit, when you do what you do, gotta lighten the load. And he got a life of his own that's a sight to behold. And it's a lot to control, to decipher the code or to siphon the soul. The cost of a good night's sleep for the working elite is a bargain, no matter the toll. Worth any wager, and that comes straight from the mouth of a means to the goal that will swallow us whole. Ripe for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Maybe we're pleasantly prone, maybe we're taking a licking, compliantly ticking and ticking and ticking, but never explode. No, I don't deliver the prettiest image, but damn if it isn't an accurate vision of natural fission, of rage at the system and abject heartbreak, patiently waiting for any who will listen. That little blue bird who was watching your words is a federal carrier pigeon, a Langley first. It's a patient observer who hears what it wants and is trained for the worst. Oh, you got nothing to hide. They'll be the ones to decide that after they root through your purse, after they read all your text, after they raid your apartment, confiscate all of its contents, then conjure up evidence out of the air on a wing and a prayer and malicious intelligence nonsense. Any presumption of innocence long since gone, right along with your comforts and constants. Historically, first they will come for the communists. So why in the fuck would I say I'm a communist? Well, it might be I love my community more than the monsters of opulence who are holding us hostage, who are vomiting promises. Might be I'm all done seeing our pensions and benefits harvested. Might be I'm all done watching the populace being disarmed in the guise of an armistice. Watching a woman collapse on the floor who will rise no more. She is wheeled out the door and you're next in line for the pharmacist. If you can get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence. But part of the charm of deception is politics wearing the mask of incompetence. It's all in the art of austerity, darling. It's all in the slide of the providence. Until home is as wide as your cubicle height and is only as deep as your coffin is. Maybe I'm miles away from impatience, aching to break off the head of the snake where the capital lust, reptile brain, and the margin of profit is. Like off with his. Like off with his.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you is safe.
Joe, could you do me a favor? Do you know Elon Musk?
Yeah.
He gave me the nicest endorsement. You should do the same thing, Joe.
I cannot.
Why?
You're Hitler.
Do you believe this? That's garbage. You cannot be voting for Kamala. I have watched you for so many years. You're not a Kamala person. Kamala's a very low IQ person.
You would be bad for the country.
Joe, you're so beautiful. I'm telling you, Joe, you're better looking than Tom Cruise. We're going into the bedroom. We're going in.
There's no way.
I got the biggest tool. Massive. It's the biggest in the world.
You're in collusion with Russia, and you're Hitler. It's f***ing horrible.
Take it easy. Just relax. We can do it very quickly. We go into the room. I'm in, I'm out. I'm worth billions of dollars. You know, you could have everything. All you have to do is touch it.
Like, that's gross.
So you don't want to touch it.
Nope.
You gotta be kidding. It's unbelievable. I can't believe you would do this to the President of the United States of America. The presidency has tremendous power. I could put you in jail.
You're a threat to democracy.
Yeah, you're going into jail. You stupid son of a bitch. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it immediately, almost immediately upon entering office. That will be done, I would say, in my first day, maybe 2 days. You're such a stupid guy.
Fine, I'll do it.
No, it's not going to happen. You cannot ever even touch it. You can't go near it. You can't do anything. What a disgrace. It would have been so good.
All lies will be exposed.
8 years. 8 years being around this madness. The Mad King salutes you all. Welcome to Hard Lens Media. It's a late evening rage. We're going to have some fun here on our show. We got, a fun little birthday bash kind of show going on for all of us here that are watching. All right. So, folks, welcome to the show. All right. And if you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, well, you better go figure it out, because we're going to have ourselves such a huge show that's going to be in your face. All right. 24/7. First of all, shout out to Dead Cat Blues Band. Tip $10. Cheers to many more years. Hey, here's hoping to 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years. Now, I'll probably be dead by that time. But nonetheless, welcome, everybody. I don't know if you guys can see the crown. Hold on. You know what? Hold on. We're gonna remove the background so you guys could see the glorious crown of Hard Lens Media. So there you go. All right. So folks, you're seeing inside my house. Get out of my house. All you people, get out of my house. I want you out of my house. Welcome everybody to the show. Live and direct here. All right, I'm gonna take this off here because I'm having a lot of fun here. Jazz hands all around. So good to see everybody here. Who else we got here joining up? We got Miguel H. We got EMK. We got let's have a docking party from Automatic Selector. All right, everybody, be sure. The only way we're gonna have a docking party is if everyone docks up that like button and tariffs that like button. So there you go. Let's see. Happy birthday, biatches. Yes, Colorado news. The king is nuts. Yes, I have a green screen. It's all one big lie. Hashtag now comes the millions of subscribers coming our way. Welcome, everybody. Cheese Slice. Shout out to Cheese Slice of Life, who helped create that wonderful thumbnail. Good to see all of you here. What's going on, everybody? What else we got here? We got Greg. Hey, how you doing there, Greg? Let's see. I believe in fairies. Look at everybody here tuning in at time. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. CVL333 saying happy birthday. Well, a happy birthday. Thank you so much. It's a happy birthday all around. 8 years. 8 years of Hard Lens Media. Shout out to my Rumble in the Jungle. So to be clear here, it's our YouTube's birthday channel. So that's how old our YouTube channel is. And here's the little inside joke that me and Daniel have for Hard Lens Media. And that is, when we talk about Hard Lens Media's birthday, we say to ourselves, which one? Because Hard Lens Media has different iterations of birthdays, and this is our YouTube's channel's birthday. So we've been around for 8 years, and that's correct. But for those who really want to know what our official birthday is, we've agreed that it's April 1st, April Fool's Day. But since it's February 8th, it's our YouTube channel, and we've gone through a lot of rough roads with this channel, facing off against censorship, deplatforming, demonetization, termination, shadow banning, you name it, but we're still here. And the only way I'm stopping is if, hey, I'm dead and I'm 6 feet under. And honey child, I ain't going nowhere. So first of all, good to see everybody here. Where's our kick people at? Kick. Hey, we got the Accord Lord. We got Sunshine Lollipops. We got Camp Cat. Good to see you here. We got all these people here tuning in. Welcome, and shout out to our X people as well. We're live right now on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and X. So there you go. Shout out to everybody here tuning in. And so many people want to know the origin of Hard Lens Media. Well, it started at the end of 2016, early January. I get a phone call from Daniel. This is sometime after the 2016 election cycle. We were introduced to radio way early on, and we were doing a lot of reporting and video recording on the streets of Chicago with our Galaxy S7 cell phone back in the day, my old cell phone back in the day. And Daniel calls me up and says, "Hey, Kit, I got an idea. We're going to be running in a marathon competing against 100,000 other people. We're not in shape for this race, but I think we have what it takes to build a strong independent media network in Chicago. You'd have to be crazy to listen to this idea." And I said, okay. So listening to Daniel, him and I, we've gone through a huge road, a long road, a crazy road of adventures, triumphs, tragedies, going through the lockdowns, dealing with the censorship, and of course, building this incredible, beautiful audience. We've collaborated with a lot of great people in independent media. Shout out to Jimmy Dore, Saba Sayebs. We got Russ and Keaton. We got the whole crew of INN, Nico House. Hey, Fiorella Isabel. And of course, Craig Jardula-Pazza. Hey, Matt Weinglass. Much love to him. Much love to every single person. I've collectively have done about, I believe, maybe between maybe 600 to 800 interviews. We've been on every form of media. We have a successful TV show on Can TV. We've been on radio, obviously the internet, and it's been a journey, one of which I don't recommend for the faint of heart, because there have been many heartbreaks, and it's a rough road to be down. And this community is what me and Daniel are very grateful for. Through this, we've been able to build 99 Perspectives, our production studio. We've been able to do a lot of other projects too. And it's because of you, our audience, because you have faith in us, because you support us, that we're here. So the reason why Hard Lens Media exists, no, we don't have any big sponsorship deals. We don't have $1 billion coming at us. No, none of that's true. Our biggest sponsors, our biggest supporters are you, the audience. And for that, we thank you. Now, this wouldn't be Hard Lens Media without a little shot of whiskey, but I'm going to save that shot for the end of the show. But we have a birthday bash. So I'm taking off the crown here. Yes, the Mad King will put his crown back on, because if I'm going to have that shot of whiskey, woo, I'm doing it up, and I'm going to do it right with my pants on. But there you go. And I'm ready to have some fun. So let's get ready now. My lovelies, my evenings, my moons, welcome to the show. Kick people, good to see you. Yes, mandatory thumbs up for Daniel, because without Hard Lens Media, without Daniel, the infrastructure for Hard Lens Media would not exist. Okay, so shout out to Dan. I just informed him too that, hey, it's our 8th birthday. He's doing a lot of great stuff for 99 Perspectives. And some of you might be wondering, well, what's 99 Perspectives? What is it? What is 99 Perspectives? Well, 99 Perspectives is our production studio. So that's what Daniel's been working on. And I, of course, have been helping him out too. But that's what this is, our production studio. So if you're ever interested, Chicagoland people, media production experts, that's what we're doing here. Get to learn all about what we do here for 99 Perspectives. Go to 99perspectives.tv. That's 99 Perspectives, 99perspectives.tv. So there you go. There's our whole production and everything else. Much love to all of you lovely, beautiful people. So there you go. There you go. There you go. So can't have fun without your pants on. That's right. You got to have your pants on. But folks, Are you being notified when Hardlens Media goes live or we upload content? Are you sharing the word and spreading the word that Hardlens Media is an awesome independent media network here in Chicago? Because if not, I got a friend who wants to say hello to you. This is the evening dump, where you're not on company time, but you got to take the dump anyways. Are you still subscribed? Are you notified? Look at that beautiful gator. What is he doing? He ain't doing nothing to nobody. By the way, hey, listen, folks. Hey, we're gonna have fun this evening. Hey, there's a new person, Obama bin Laden.
That highlighted the interrogation techniques against an associate of Osama bin Laden named Abu Zubaydah.
But you said Osama, but what about Obama? That spells Obama. CNN, this is why you're losing views. Where are your editors? Where are your fact checkers? Do you know what's going on here?
Zubaydah, excuse me. The Intel Committee said that the experience he had were awful. He had at least 83 applications of waterboarding. He spent over 11 days in a coffin-sized.
Now, who is Obama bin Laden? Yes, what he's saying is very important. Now, listen, folks. I can fix her. I just love a crazy woman. Who doesn't? I love the look that she gives me.
Look how friendly he
Yes, I can save her. I can fix her.
looks. We're besties. Babe, can I keep him?
No, you can't fucking keep. Babe, he's drooling out of his fucking mouth.
Ooh.
That's
Look how friendly he looks. We're besties. Babe, can I keep him?
Sure, why not, babe? You could keep him, but you gotta feed him. You gotta feed him. You gotta feed him. So there you go. Yes, Molly Littlebird, good to see you. Kick people. Kick people. Also, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick is actually moving in to a new place. So all the best to Dr. Nick. Be safe on your move to your new crib. So there you go. We got people tuning in right now. Also, real quick, we got another super chat here from Dino Pantalucas. Lucas. Tip $9.99. Thank you so much for being a supporter. I think I said your name right. You said cheers and happy birthday. Thank you for the generosity. And also thank you again, Dead Cat Blues, for the super chat as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ooh la la. But hey, White Gladys also wants to say hello. White Gladys always for the win. So there you go. Welcome everybody to the show. Oh, we are gonna have so much fun tonight, okay? Because it is our birthday bash, and you know something, folks. When we have a show like this, I demand every one of you to stop what you're doing, drop trowel, and give a huge shout out to Big Balls, because Big Balls will save the day. We need big balls.
Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big Balls.
Big Balls.
Big Balls, who work for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.
In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big Balls
Big
online. Big Balls here.
Big
That he's
balls.
talking about.
A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls.
So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned Big Balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls in charge of American air traffic control?
Thanks for joining us. We begin.
Hey, when in doubt, trust Big Balls. When in doubt, we need a hero. We need big balls in this world. So gigantic and so huge that's going to be in your face 24/7. When you need hope, we got to trust in big balls. Right, Trump?
Talks about the cutting effort. One of the Doge engineers was fired for some inappropriate posts. The vice president says, bring him back. What do you say?
Well, I don't know about the particular thing, but if the vice president said that, did you say that? I'm with the vice president. Thank you, Peter.
When in doubt, pull it out. No, hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait a minute. Don't do that. Don't do that, everybody. Don't do that. And hold on. Mastermind Hour says it best. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge big balls. Big balls in your face, man. The balls are bouncing in the building, man. DOGE is winning all the time, every time. And listen, folks, if we're not ready for the big balls, then you need to duck, dodge, dip, dodge, and dodge again. So there you go. That's what you have to do. Let's see. Hold on. Kid taught me to pull it out. Yes, Massive. BJ also said, message. Kid told me to expose myself. No, I didn't. And Danny says, yes, do pull it out. Hey, everybody, keep it in you. We learned it. Who'd you learn it from? There you go. Welcome, everybody. Yes, that's right, Mousif. We are live. We are live right now. Welcome to the show. But I'm also going to get serious here because we have some fun segments here too. Stories to talk about, things that are very apropos because, folks, there's something that I've been noticing about the Democrats. And I just want to share this with all of you lovely, beautiful people because it's abundantly clear to me that the Democrats are just keep on losing. They keep on failing. They keep on sucking. I mean, that's really about it. I mean, that's all. I mean, if I have anything I could say right here, right now for everybody, and that is the Democrats just do not, and never shall have a plan. So I think it's only fair that we have a fun little evening segment about the Democrats. Throughout the entire month of January, and now even going into February, the Democrats have been taking L's. I mean, left, right, up, and down. Democrats are getting slapped around. They're doing the same tried and true tactics of la resistance, ho-fest, protest, marching. And no one has time for that BS anymore. I mean, that's what it is. Now, I could sit here and give point by points about how many times the Democrats have screwed up since we've been doing independent media now for 8 years. Hardlens Media, 8 years strong, standing up against the BS and the censorship since our inception. So that's the truth of it. And the thing is, what we have all come to realize is that as a political institution, the Democrats were always bound for failure. But the thing is, we had this conversation way early on. So before I talk about current events, we're going to time travel to the early days of Hardlens Media when, boy, there was that audacity of hope that maybe after the 2016 election cycle, maybe the Democrats could have learned something, but no, they didn't. And who else better than to usher it in was our first major guest, Jimmy Dore. So, folks, try not to laugh at young Kit. There's so much I want to warn this young man about, but it's okay. It's okay. This is an old school video that will usher in some things for us all to laugh at in regard to the Democrat Party. The reason we're here is the existential and transparent failure of the Democrats, to quote Jimmy Dore. So during the 2016 election cycle, in both the primary and the general election, you were one of the main people that was really critical of how the elections were being covered, especially as how the DNC establishment worked with the Clinton campaign to commit election fraud to deny Bernie Sanders the nomination. From your experience covering that election cycle with your show and being a commentator on TYT, when was the moment you realized that this election will not go the way corporate media was reporting on it? And everybody chill here for a minute, okay? This was young idealistic Kit when I still had hope. Oh, if I could only warn this young man about so many things. There's so many things I want to warn him about.
I didn't know. I also didn't think Donald Trump was going to win. I'm not that smart. I'm not a good predictor. I guess
you called a lot of things out, and they did turn out they were going to happen.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's just obvious, and if people don't want to see it, that's not because they're not smart. It's because they don't have the courage to face reality, right? So the people who said that we had to prop up Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump, and we had to play that's literally the game Hillary Clinton planned. Literally, she knew she was repulsive. They knew in 2008 that half the country wouldn't vote for her.
Mm-hmm.
So Christopher Dodd stood up at a debate, the Democratic debate in the primary in 2008, or 2007, I guess, is when they had those debates. And he said 50% of the country won't vote for Hillary Clinton. I'm not telling you something that nobody else up here knows. We all know that, and the party has to recognize that. He said that in 2007, and then 8 years later, they go on and nominate that woman who they knew almost a decade earlier was repulsive to half the country. And so they have to prop up a criminal clown in the other party just so she can get elected. They had to first rig that primary so she could be the only person in the country who could lose to Donald Trump. Yet they still want to blame Bernie Bros and Jill Stein and Susan Sarandon, and
which they're still doing to this very day. Still blaming anybody and everybody who supported independents and third parties and chose not to vote. We did a segment, and it'll be coming out tomorrow on Sunday, in regards towards, you better believe it, how CNN and Democrats are lecturing Arab voters for either being uncommitted, not voting for anybody, voting third party, and yes, surprisingly, even voting for Donald Trump. And yet CNN and the Democrats haven't learned their lesson. So even early on, when we were on the radio, when we were just starting off, the Democrats as a political institution haven't learned a single freaking goddamn thing.
Russian memes and 12 Twitter bots and every other, because they don't want you to look at the system that gave you Trump. And anybody who told you, and there's still people who wag their finger and say, oh, you happy about the Supreme Court? You know, Barack Obama should have sat his Supreme Court nominee, and he didn't. Yeah. Again, the reason why we are here is because of the existential and transparent failure of the Democratic Party. And for them to make you believe that the antidote to Donald Trump is more corporatist, warmongering neoliberals is the biggest lie being told today besides Russiagate. And so when I saw good progressives cajoling people into a party that was actively working against them and cheating how you could call yourself a progressive and tell people to join the Democratic Party. Not only that, but wag your finger at people for not supporting corporatists who take corporate money. That's when you've lost your way. And so they're still doing it, by the way. If we don't get a third party, things will continue to get worse. Do you think half the country is going to be excited to vote for another corporatist, for Kamala Harris or Cory Booker? They're not going to be excited. It's the same crap as Hillary Clinton. So, you know, the whole thing about elective politics is you're supposed to go out and garner votes. And if you don't have enough votes to win, you're supposed to go earn someone votes. You know, one is owed. You don't owe your vote to anybody. They're supposed to earn it. Yeah. Half the country didn't vote. And if Hillary Clinton wanted to win that election, maybe she should have spoke to those people. You know, the New York Times did a great article right after the 2016 election. They went to Milwaukee. They went to barbershops where minorities didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. They interviewed barbers. 4 of them all voted for Barack Obama twice. These 4 didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. 2 of them didn't bother to vote. The other 2 wrote in someone else's name. And that's how bad Barack Obama let people down.
And that was an old school video, because if we're going to be checking out things, first of all, again, you have the Democrats now demanding, especially with their performative art, top Democrat demands answer on Treasury cover-up of Musk team's access to key systems. So first of all, before we even get to this article, I just want to rewind back the clocks when the Democrats were confronting or trying to barge into the Department of Education. I said this in the clip video, and I will say this here now, and I even said it on the post-duopoly show with Nick of RBN and Russell and Keaton of Due Dissidence. If those Democrat congressmen and women who were confronting that lone security guard actually gave a damn about the Department of Education, they would have found a way to get inside that building. It is inexcusable. Maybe it's because of my inner Marine. Maybe it's because of my time growing up in Chicago. But when you want to get something done, you got to boot up and suit up and do it. And so, yes, I will compare our congressional lawmakers to the lawmakers in South Korea. When the South Korean president declared martial law in his country past midnight, what did the MPs of South Korea do? They actually confronted armed, militarily trained units of the South Korean military, South Korean army, and they confronted them. And those people in that parliament, those elected officials, climbed the walls, pushed their way through the armed and heavily trained military personnel snuck inside. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if someone did a Shawshank Redemption in reverse and crawled through the sewers just to get inside that damn building. If the Democrat lawmakers really gave a damn about the Department of Education, they'd go in there. They'd find a way to get inside. They wouldn't be there like, oh, look at us and oh, woe is me. What are we to do? If you're telling people to resist and fight, then do it. Otherwise, shut up and quit wasting my time. And that's the truth of it. They are wasting our time. For example, U.S. Senator Juan Reagan on Friday demanded answers from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent after reporting contradicted the department's narrative about the level of payment system access granted to lieutenants of unelected billionaire Elon Musk. Now, look, let's talk about Elon Musk and his influence in Washington, D.C. Okay. This isn't anything new. Do I like the fact that billionaires or people like Elon Musk can have access to our political system? No, I don't, but he's nothing new. The only difference is he has a big face and he's well known. But how many times and how many years have gone unnoticed of other multi-billionaires influencing our politicians, both Democrat and Republicans, and yet we're treating this as brand new? You do realize that 99% of the time, your favorite elected official in Congress, in the Senate and House, and yes, even former Democrat and Republican presidents have been at the beck and call for their billionaire donors. I mean, my goodness, people, if things were in the Uno reverse world and Kamala got in, remember, $2 billion, that's a whopping $2 billion was spent on the Kamala Harris campaign. Don't look me in the eye and tell me that those billionaires weren't going to want a nice slice of pizza. Don't look me in the eye and tell me that those billionaires ain't going to want something in return because it's an investment. And when $2 billion, poof, evaporates, they lose their investment. Elon being in is no different than what they would be doing, except there'd be a fancy neoliberal mask on things. And the system would move along as is. I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with what's happening with USAID. USAID. I couldn't help it. Am I being mean to Democrats? Of course. Unnecessarily so. But all this time and all this opportunities that you had under the 4 years of Biden, now they want to put up a fight. Now they want to know what's going on with the Department of Treasury. Now they want to know what's going on with the Department of Education. Now they want to know this, and now they want to know that. And because all these lies are being revealed, and the American people, especially those of us in independent media, we're realizing that we were proven correct about the whole hypocrisy in the first place. We're seeing how Political and Reuters and all of these other people were getting that nice government check. Some monies was coming their way in one form or another, in some iteration or another. Raises an eyebrow about how authentic a lot of these quote-unquote authoritative, influential people truly are. Question everything all the time, every time. And see, the Democrats, if they wanted to, and this doesn't make me a bad person for saying this, if the Democrats wanted to, they would have fought harder, but they can't. And now corporate media is wondering, well, how the left is not having some kind of apparatus to get influence over prospective voters. Well, there was an opportunity. I mean, clearly, the left had an opportunity. But a lot of these people, especially larger social media channels, CYT, oh, where'd that come from? They got that nice Katzenberg cash. So discussing how the left not having a right-wing media apparatus. Oh no, it did. And it got co-opted by Democrats. I mean, I remember a time when TYT was the only big fish in town, and how disappointed myself and others were when they took that Katzenberg cash. Once again, Jimmy Dore proven correct. So just want to pull this up here because I want to give a huge shout out to Case Study QB. We're going to watch this video as a family, as we should.
But I think what the real secret is that the right wing has an entire digital media apparatus set up, much bolstered by Elon Musk on X, which is setting a narrative.
And who knows, it could be TikTok next.
Yes, probably will be. But the Democrats or the left wing, nothing with left wing culture has anything like this. And this did not just.
That's because it was killed. Any real progressive independent media movement, a lot of channels got the platform demonetized. A lot of channels also got that Katzenberg cash. Well, TYT got that Katzenberg cash, but a lot of people were just given their marching orders to carry water for the Democrats. You know about the vote blue, no matter whose sphere. I mean, there was money put into that. A lot of money. This isn't open for a debate. It's not a polite suggestion. They were given that MONEY. They were given the figgy pudding so they could have the clear roadway for influence. And what did they tell you in 2020? Vote for Biden, because Trump's a bad man. If you vote third party or independent, or if you even consider supporting Bernie, even though we all know now he's a nutless wonder, you're a bad person and you're a secret fascist. Remember how all of corporate media, and yes, even the larger Vote Blue, no matter who channels, and eventually even the other quote unquote larger progressive channels were saying, oh yeah, we got to stop Trump. Hardlands Media, we were one of the few, one of the only few, and there were others too, that said, hey, Trump's going to come back in 2024, and we were proven correct. And what did the Democrats do? They kept on playing the same game again. You know what happened after November 5th? Their whole system crashed down. Their loyal audience, whatever remained of the 2016-2020 movement, gone.
Blossom out of thin air. This was a decades-long process.
Because they're adhering to the rule of law and they're telling the truth. Right. The reason this right-wing anger apparatus works is because the algorithm clicks in to what triggers people to get angry and lie.
Don't you dare bring up the word algorithm. Hey, I'm the world heavyweight champion of being stepped on by the algorithm and rhyme. I am that world heavyweight champion. I know all about it. You know, there is an algorithm, and the thing is, it has silenced a lot of independent media networks. There is an algorithm that's also suppressing other content creators who aren't in independent media, who do other types of content. And you know, these larger channels, I've been seeing a lot of these videos out there. It's almost as if something's being done to silence a lot of people, or either that make it, I don't know, unattainable. What's going on? I mean, when you have viewers and subscribers and you build a strong fan base and the support group, I mean, it is those subscribers' right and entitlement to know when their favorite content creators upload or go live on their YouTube channel. There is an algorithm. It's just designed to suppress regular people and benefit you, corporate media, because you bully your way on here. That's why you're losing views, MSNBC.
To them.
It does, but there's also no answer to it on the other side. No attempt.
And there are 100% there is. Of course there is. Any argument that we've had here, which we say the Democrats are making. We were talking during the break about AOC. AOC's on there constantly. She's one person. She has a limited reach. 100%. But the challenge is infrastructural. It is impossible to break into this sphere of nonsense and agitation. You just can't do it by being like, well, honestly, USAID does good work. I mean, which is true.
USAID, USAID does good work. There is no war in Bossing Say. Really? How come is it then all these quote unquote other media shows and platforms and networks were getting that nice sweet government check, that cash money from Big Daddy G? I mean, it's almost as if there was something in place for a liberal narrative that was purposely built to suppress progressive independent channels. And yes, even other channels too. I mean, it's out there. And you're going to say like, I can't believe it. We can't get in this space. No, it's because people have the option of not listening to your video and not wanting to hear your corporate BS over and over again on MSNBC, which is why Comcast is thinking about getting rid of you out of its portfolio.
Invalid, but you can't defeat a very exciting lie with a relatively boring truth.
Exciting lie about condoms going to Gaza and costing millions of dollars. That lie starts and then it gets amplified and amplified and amplified. And by the time I see my mother on Friday night, she'll be telling me that lie. We can't expect.
Like how you guys lied to cover up the Hunter Biden laptop story. MSNBC, CNN, ABC, New York Times, Washington Post. Remember? Everyone's saying that Hunter Biden laptop was Coca-Cola classic Russian disinformation.
To have the left, to have the counter to a lie machine.
I completely understand that, but they either way, they are not set up in digital media, and they themselves will tell you this. The Democratic Congress people will tell you that they know that they are behind in digital, and that
this is the biggest lie that MSNBC, one biggest lie. I'm losing count. Hold on. I'm losing count of how many lies are being shared with us right now, folks. Because, hey, as we have said
All
before,
lies will be exposed.
They shall be exposed. No. If we're going to rewind back the clocks, we're going to go to 2008. It is undeniable that the Democrats, with the Obama administration winning in 2008, that they had a large control over the news sphere of media. And since then, it has been in their favor. Democrats are going to say they lost control. Oh, no. They had control. And when you have government institutions trying to suppress and censor stories like the Hunter Biden laptop story and others, when you had Twitter at the time, Facebook deplatforming, silencing, and censoring activist groups, community organizers, libertarians, progressives, there were pro-Bernie Sanders supporter pages being shut down. This has been happening ongoing. When Heartland's Media got started, this is when this stuff was going down. And yet corporate media wants to say, oh, they have no way in. And Democrat lawmakers say, oh, no, we don't have any way in. When you had people like AOC cheering for Tucker Carlson to be deplatformed and censored and saying deplatforming works. No, it doesn't. See, it's great when it's working in your favor, but then all of a sudden when you lose control, and not to mention the support of your original base and people, then yeah, you have lost control because no one wants to listen to your same propaganda crap over and over again. There was control, but you chose not to do anything in regards to addressing the real problems in this country because you wanted to maintain the control and keep people in the dark. The reason why we got Trump is because of the failures of the Democrat Party, the failures of corporate media, the failures of these people who want to control and silence and suppress free thought and free speech.
That their approach and that what Donald Trump did in building this digital community, let's call it, he did a lot of work there. And you're not going to win with Chuck Schumer's tweets.
Okay, fine. We're going to go to break, but I'm going to say, here's the problem. When you tell people the rational truth, it doesn't go viral.
That's right.
Sorry.
Do you want to see something viral? Do you want to see the media? Here, folks, let's sit down and watch Rational Truth, because this has been the poison in our ears, not for 2 years, not for 4 years, not 8 years, not 10 years, but decades. You've heard this rhythm and rhyme before, and I apologize in advance, but this is truly a threat to our democracy.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility
is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Hold on. Wait a minute. We'll put on these glasses. Every time I put these glasses on, I swear, some people look normal, but then others look like deformed aliens from another dimension. And the newspapers tell me to consume and obey, like in that movie They Live, starring Roddy Piper. It's almost as if this is part of the plan.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is
Hold on. That guy was the weakest. Say that again.
Dangerous to our democracy.
Put more passion into it.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 There is no war in Ba Sing Se. There is no fifth chaos god. Hold on. To quote Roddy Piper, I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. The Democrats brought this failure onto themselves. This warning was given 7 years ago by Jimmy Dore, and we are in this crisis because of the Democrats. And yes, the Republican Party plays a role too. Both parties are owned by corporate interests. Both parties are controlled by the neoliberal establishment. Is it my fault that they are losing? No. So they could put on their performative art of trying to get inside the Department of Education or raise an alarm about the Treasury. But if you're not going to fight for it, and even when you do get a supermajority and you're still not going to fight, why do I need to waste my time and energy listening to you, Democrats? So go ahead, put on the same song and dance of impeachment and the fear of Trump. I get it. Everybody's afraid of Trump. Woogie, boogie, boogie. How funny will it be when he's done with his second term and he's done? He flies off into the sunset. What else do you have then? What happens when the fear and your tactics disappear? What are you running on? It is in my belief, and I probably could be wrong about this, the Democratic Party as a political institution will face extinction. And them being considered a legitimate authority here in American politics will evaporate. Let this serve as a lesson. If you choose not to fight, if you choose not to stand for values, you lose the support of the people. But wake up to reality and break away from the two-party system. See, I told you we're having fun for our birthday bash. Look at everybody. But we got ourselves a couple of super chats here. First of all, Jay Toe Bird tip $9.99. Happy birthday anniversary, kid. Here's wishing further success to you and Daniel in the future. Absolutely. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Whoa, Megs, $10 as a super sticker. Thank you so much for that wonderful, incredible super sticker. We also got some Rumble rants here from RB Ham, $1. Get the ham bone. Happy birthday, Harlan's Media. Did you hear that the Israeli defense minister endorsed Trump's relocation plan? Yes, I've heard about that. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? I'm thinking about that segment that Hotspot posted about from Golden Girls, where one of the characters suggested solving the Middle East crisis by putting all the people in Palestine into Greenland. And it's like, no, you goof troops. This is a complete epic disaster. Old Spiff tipped $2. Kit, you are killing it as always. I tried to. The sunglasses are terrific. Salute from Morocco. Well, shout out to our Moroccan audience. Shout out to our entire international audience. Hardlands Media will take over. Also, EJ Imagine tipped $5 on Rumble. Happy birthday, Kit, and keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much. Well, it's not my birthday. It's Hardlands Media's birthday. Also, shout out to the X people. Shout out to my Kick people. Kick. Let's see what's going on with Kick. Are we number one on political? Praise be to Saint Abachan. We are number one for political streaming on Kick. We are number one. Uno. We are number one. We are number one. So there you go. All right, Rumble people. All right, my YouTube people. We ain't done here yet. Not by a long shot, okay? Because we're about to continue to push forward, okay? We got ourselves Patrick D. Who is Saint Abachan? His story will be told, but Saint Abachan is the best. He is the bebe after all. But now, folks, we are going to be moving on now to another fun segment, okay? Because let's face it, we're going to be growing as a family, maybe. People of Canada, welcome. I don't know what's going on with this timeline here, folks. I don't know. Trudeau warns Trump's threat to annex Canada is a real thing. Okay. All right. Listen. Trudeau, you're on the way out. You are the outgoing Canadian Prime Minister. You're done. Everything that you're doing is making yourself look like a clown. Okay? Trump said it to you to probably just to trigger you. And now you have fallen in for his classic tactical trap of repeating what he said, stoking fears, and making yourself look like a clown. But I can't help you because you're stupid, all right? You should have listened to your father, Fidel. I'm sorry. Oops. That's me being mean. I'm sorry. Outgoing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been caught on a hot mic telling businessmen that U.S. President Donald Trump is not joking when he talks about absorbing Canada. The Toronto Star newspaper has reported Trump reiterated his desire to make Canada our 51st state when he spoke to journalists in the Oval Office earlier this week. I would love to see that. Some people say that that would be a long shot. If people wanted to play the game right, it would be 100% certain that they would become a state, he claimed. The U.S. President and Canadian Prime Minister discussed the hiccups in their relations during 2 phone calls on Monday. On Thursday, Trudeau revealed some of the details of those conversations to businessmen and union leaders ahead of a closed-door meeting as part of Canada-U.S. Economic Summit in Toronto. By the way, Toronto is Chicago's sister city. Toronto, welcome to the family. The Prime Minister thought he was speaking confidentially. See, he's a moron. You thought you were speaking confidentially. You are on the way out. Go off into the sunset, you dummy. Don't make me use my Logan Roy quote on you, Justin Trudeau. Don't make me pull that out. No pun intended. But it turned out that his microphone had not been turned off properly, and he was overheard by journalists. So what did the big brain genius said? I suggest that not only does Trump, the administration, know how many critical minerals we have, but that may even be why they keep talking about absorbing us and making us the 51st state. The U.S. wants to benefit from Canada's natural resources. Trump has it in mind that one of the easiest ways of doing so that is absorbing our country, and that's a real thing. When Trump first raised the possibility of making Canada part of the U.S. in December, Trudeau insisted that there was not a snowball's chance in hell of it happening. Trudeau, you might make it happen because you keep on talking about it. And last I checked, there's a lot of people in Canada that just don't like you, honey child. Last week, the U.S. president argued that Canada would struggle to remain viable if it stopped getting hundreds of billions of dollars in subsidies from Washington. The solution would be joining the U.S., which would result in much lower taxes, a far better military protection for the people of Canada, and no tariffs. Tariff that like button if you haven't done so that way. So there you go. In early February, Trump imposed 25% tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and 10% on imports from China, citing concerns over illegal immigration, drug trafficking. Ottawa vowed to retaliate by slapping equivalent duties on U.S. goods. However, Trump decided to postpone the introduction of tariffs on the 2 neighboring countries for 30 days in return for promises by both governments to strengthen border security. Trudeau, everybody say it with me. Your entire administration, this goes to the entire Trudeau administration. We love you, but you are not serious people. There you go, man. All right. Hey, listen, I love Succession. It's a great show. By the way, it is Hardlands Media's 8th birthday. Our channel has turned 8. So, yes, just to bring back, we got like a lot of people tuning in. We got, how many people we got? We got about 40 people on Rumble. We've got, oh my goodness, 217 people watching, 219 people watching us on X, and 204 people watching us on YouTube. So all you people tuning in, sit down. In January of 2017, I get a phone call from my good friend Daniel. Actually, it's more of, I think, the end of December of 2016, but I get a good phone call from my friend Daniel. He says, "Hey, Kit, I got an idea. We're going to be in a marathon race. It is going to be a tough race for us to be in. We're going to be competing with 100,000 other people that have been in this business longer. But I believe that we can create a strong independent media network here in Chicago." Only a crazy man would say yes. And the Mad King said yes. And since then, we've been on radio. We've had a TV show on Can TV. I think now it's 7 seasons. So all my interviews that I do here at Hardlands Media go on to Can TV, which is a local Chicago TV network. Again, we're actually not on one. We were on 2 radio stations back in the day, doing a lot of ground reporting, and we've collaborated with a lot of great people. We've had about 600, maybe 800 different interviews with content creators, activists, organizers, politicians, musicians, actors, all that kind of good stuff. And we've also, since we got a lot of people tuning in right now for this evening, we also created our own production studio. And I want to give a huge shout out to 99 Perspectives. So 99perspectives.tv. If you don't know what 99 Perspectives is, this is our production studio. So everyone's wondering, hey, what's Daniel doing? Well, Daniel is running the stuff behind the scenes, and he's taking care of also our production studio, 99 Perspectives. So if you don't know anything about it, you know, 99 Perspectives is a Chicago-based full-service production house and online broadcasting studio. We create a wide range of content spanning from various industries for the web, television, and radio distribution. So shooting commercials, all that good stuff, helping out businesses, live streaming events, podcasts, all that good jazz. So if you don't got to get it, if you don't get it, go figure it out. Check it out at 99perspectives.tv. So there you go. All right. And hold on. Cheese Slice says, hold on. What does Cheese Slice says? Cheese Slice says, I got 99 perspectives, but a Democrat ain't one, as it should be. There you go. There you go. 99 perspectives. 99 perspectives kicking butt. By the way, RB Ham, tip $2. Canadian trucker here. Yes. Shout out to our truckers out there. Truck. Canadian trucker here. What a joke. Canada gives away our resources to international corporations for pennies on the dollar. If we were to declare we wanted to nationalize our industries, then I would worry. RB Ham, listen. You're going to be part of our family. No, look. Okay, I'm being serious here. RB Ham, I don't know what Trump is talking about. I don't know what's going on with Trudeau. I just really hope people are just being stupid for stupid sakes, because come on, man. We're going to annex Canada. That was not on my... I didn't hear Trump talk about that on the campaign trail. Not once, not ever. Speaking of which, too, folks, listen. We're going to have some fun here, too, because I want to pull up something. I want us to time travel. Okay, we're going to time travel again. We're going to flashback to Hunter Biden, because something's going to be brought up. USAID. USAID. This was in 2014, by the way.
I look at it much more from the perspective of the hat that I wear as the chairman of the World Food Program US.
Barnes Homestead, no thank you. I don't put, hey, listen. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me, Barnes Homestead. Kid for Chicago mayor? Do you have any idea how quickly and how fast I would go bald? Do you have any idea what would happen to me? Don't put that evil on me.
More and more, not only whether it's at WFP USA or I sit on the board of USGLC, a number of other organizations. I teach class at Georgetown, and we talk about this constantly, about advocacy. Our foreign assistance is a vital, in my opinion, to our national security. As it relates to our security, I don't think that you could find someone in the military that's been acting in the field that wouldn't say that our biggest bang for our buck is in our foreign assistance programs.
He's talking about USAID. USAID. He was talking about that. He was bringing that up. And I want to bring this up here too. Shout out to my good friend Nico House from Hotspot.
The USAID rabbit hole goes even deeper, as it's revealed that the money that Joe Biden threatened to withhold from the Ukrainian government was actually from the USAID. Many people may not recall, but Joe Biden put his son Hunter Biden on the board of a company called Burisma, where he was earning like $50,000 a month. Now, obviously.
And when you get that kind of money, I think you go crazy with it. $50,000 a month? Jesus.
He wasn't qualified for the job. So to get on the board of that Ukrainian energy company, Joe Biden, as a vice president, had to exercise some pull and use some leverage. Now, although I'm not one to defend Trump, y'all do remember how Trump was impeached for threatening Zelensky to withhold money? It was actually Joe Biden who had threatened the previous administration to fire the prosecutor because he was going to investigate the corruption that Hunter Biden had partaken in. And Joe Biden bragged about this on camera.
I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. Said, "No," I said, "I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion." They said, "You have no authority. You're not the president." The president said. I said, "Call him." I said, "I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion." I said, "You're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here." And I think it was 6 hours. I said, "I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money."
That's a threat. A full-on threat and danger. I mean, seriously, Democrats and anyone else that went to bat for Biden and Kamala, not only in 2020, but in 2024, this is overthrowing and threatening a sovereign nation. How long has this been going on? For a very long time, under our very noses. Nobody knew. And those that did want to talk about it were silenced. And now, since the great lie is being revealed, all these great liberal heavyweights, notice how quiet they are, but yet they're quick to saber rattle and say, "We got to impeach Trump now. Pay no attention. This is all a lie." Hey, Politico. Hey, Politico. Are you on solid ground still, or are you in quicksand?
Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
Yeah, I know. Surprise, surprise. Democrats were just projecting again. But I digress. So it turns out that $1 billion that Joe Biden used to threaten the government of Ukraine if they did not fire that prosecutor was from the USAID, which means he used your tax dollars to buy off the Ukrainian government to protect his son so that he can keep making $50,000 a month, and Joe Biden and his mafia can keep controlling the largest energy company in Ukraine. I guess now we understand why Samantha Power said that the money we've spent via the USAID in Ukraine is unprecedented. Because although we've used the USAID for various reasons around the world, it's only in Ukraine that we use the money in the USAID to overthrow a government, buy off the entire media apparatus of that government, and even use the money to bribe and threaten government officials so that they would fire other officials for the benefit of the vice president and former president's son. Yeah, I would say that falls into the category of some unprecedented shit. And I got a feeling the deeper we go down this USAID rabbit hole, the more corruption carriers we're going to keep finding.
Oof. And we're going to keep on finding it out because first of all, folks, I want to pull up something else here too. Because the Trump administration is being sued over the USAID's clampdown. Because there is a whole clampdown happening here. Hey, folks, this is our birthday live stream. I could do whatever I want. It is my freaking birthday for Hardlands Media, that is. I told you, hey, Patreon supporters, this is why you need to be a Patreon supporter. Okay? Because I told y'all during the Patreon show, something special was in store over the weekend. I didn't tell you it was going to happen Saturday or Sunday, but it was going to happen. So the largest government workers union and Association of Foreign Service Workers have sued the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump in an attempt to prevent the dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, Washington's primary vehicle for funding political projects abroad. Sources told Reuters on Thursday, Reuters, it somehow was connected to that a little bit. Don't look into it. Don't look too in deep. On Thursday, that the White House intends to keep fewer than 300 employees out of more than 10,000 at the independent agency, which had a budget of some $60 billion in 2023. Trump previously branded USAID as a criminal organization run by radical lunatics. No, corporate lunatics, which he claimed had been involved in financing bioweapons research and used its funds to pay for positive coverage on the Democrat Party in the media. Politico, Reuters, and all you other fantastic people, we see you. The lawsuit, which was filed in a federal court in Washington, D.C. on Thursday by the American Federation of Government Employees and the American Foreign Service Association, called the clampdown on USAID unconstitutional and illegal. Trump's order on his inauguration day last month to suspend all U.S. foreign aid for 90 days, except for Israel, and the subsequent decision by the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, to halt USAID projects around the world created a global humanitarian crisis, it claimed. The lawsuit named the president and the state and treasury departments as the defendants. The claimants allege that Trump lacks the powers to dissolve USAID due to it being established under a 1998 law passed by Congress. Not a single one of the defendants' actions to dismantle USAID were taken pursuant to congressional authorization. And pursuant to federal statute, Congress is the only entity that may lawfully dismantle the agency, the lawsuit read. So see, everyone's saying USAID saves lives, stop the coup, save our democracy. Another Ho-Fest protest is in order. Who wants to stick their neck out for this? I'm more upset for the fact that you had a media institution and an entire bunch of jagoffs covering one political party in a popular light. Now, to be clear here, the Republican Party is no different. But anytime any criticism was given to the Democrats, boy, oh boy, did you notice how many articles came out from the establishment media that told everyone to shut up? I mean, it's all one big coincidence, don't you? Don't you find it funny? Don't you find it hilarious? I do. All lies are being exposed, as they should. But it's not over yet, because again, the only way for us to get out of this is people wake up and break away from both political parties. That being said, folks, it's my party, and I could do whatever I want. And we got a lot of people tuning in here. Thank you again for the Rumble rants. Thank you so much again for the YouTube Super Chats as well. We are very grateful for it. If you want to help us out, please, with the cherry on top, consider being a Patreon supporter. In fact, hey, Patreon supporters, you're keeping us alive, and I got to read you wonderful, beautiful people's names because, after all, it's because of you members that we are still here. We are still around, and for that, I am very grateful for every single one of y'all because you guys make this happen. So first of all, let me read these wonderful, beautiful names for Patreon supporters because Patreon supporters, without all of you, we would not exist. But if you can't be a Patreon supporter, number 1, enjoy the show. Number 2, enjoy the show. Number 3, hang out the chat. And number 4, share our content on social media. We're not done here yet. I just want to read the names of these great people. Now, again, can't do it, just enjoy the show. Number 2, enjoy the show. Number 3, hang out the chat. And number 4, share our content because it does boost up the algorithm and rhyme. So shout out to Socials came in Spooky Tues. We got Steak, we got Stephen Cole, we got Stephen K, we got Stephen Rice, we got Stowell, Jack Waggle, we got Styles VIP, we got Surfing Yeti, we got Terry T, the Illustrative Carp, the Darker Knight, Timothy Swanson, Tisha, Tom Corey, Tony Beck, Topher, Trip myself, Victor M. Miller, Vidal, Billy G, Gomez, Jr., Vim ML, Wayne Cuss, Web Angel, Wendy Carballo, our official White House counselor. We got William Kitchen. We got William Powell. We got Zolotin Zilatani. Thank you so much for being our Patreon supporters. Saying thank you will never, ever, ever, forever, never be enough because for that we're entirely grateful. And also we got another super chat here from Brandon A. Happy birthday, Hardlands Media. I'm proud to be a 420 patron supporter, as you should. As you should, Brandon. Thank you so much. And Brandon, we've seen you at a couple events, and actually we've even interviewed you as well. So not only a patron supporter, but we've interviewed him on the show. So thank you, Brandon. All the best to you. Thank you so much for your generosity. So see, folks, it's not over yet because, you know, folks, I like laughing at the Democrats. I like also laughing at how people are constantly calling out Rahm Emanuel and Rahm Emanuel's legacy. And thing is, one video in particular has remained a Coca-Cola classic in the Hardlands media sphere. If anybody laughs at this, you're shame on you.
On July 25th, 2018, a mayoral candidate forum was held at Horner Park on Chicago's north side of the city. 9 candidates showed, except for one.
Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Look at this. Hey, Kit, be more professional. Emanuel. Yet again, Mayor Rahm Emanuel is not here. Again, he's not really participating in these forums or debates as well as previous other forums. What kind of statement do you want to make? What is your response for Mayor Emanuel's lack of participating in these forums and debates?
This debate here? Yeah. Well, if I had been in his shoes, I wouldn't have came either. Because he's not like.
Well, he's not participating because he doesn't have a good story to tell, and he tries to avoid any opportunity to appear somewhere where he could possibly get booed.
Look, I think his absence
from this incredibly important conversation that's happening all
It's Lori Lightfoot. Oh no. Kit, run away. She's going to destroy the city.
over the city speaks volumes about what he cares about and what he doesn't care about.
He's not going to do anything he's not forced to do. That's the nature of the man.
I mean, it fits his pattern. I mean, what's my statement on his lack of participation in any democratic exercise?
Well, I have nothing to say to the mayor. I mean, he's going to do what he's going to do.
I mean, I don't have anything to say. He's the incumbent. He has the right to. He's going to definitely have to be a part of it once we're on the ballot.
You know, I think it's really inappropriate for him to not participate in these forums.
I think it's something that people should be aware of, in the sense of you have candidates out there putting themselves out. We're going to say things that might be agreed upon or might not be agreed upon, but we have to convey our message to the citizens of Chicago. And if somebody's not willing to do that, then they shouldn't be eligible to run for mayor.
If you want to be the mayor of this great city, you've got to get out there. You've got to meet people. You've got to listen to them. And you've got to demonstrate a level of compassion and empathy for the day-to-day struggles of everyday Chicagoans. And the fact that he won't come out in public in these kinds of forums and interact with the citizens, to me, is disqualifying.
He gets the office, he does his PR, has very controlled press events. If it's not controlled, he's not there. He's never going to show up to something like this. He needs it controlled. He needs it staged. He needs paid applauders.
But once the debates happen, I think we'll be able to.
I want to give a huge shout out to Jamal Green. He's been a good friend of the show and has been a great voice for the people of Chicago.
Expose Ron for who he is.
For him, for as I'm concerned.
Now listen. This is the part where I was interviewing all the mayoral candidates, okay? I wasn't ready for this answer. Now, normally people think, oh, gee, kid, you're very stoic in these interviews. And yes, I am. I'm very proud of being a strong, stoic individual. After this response, I had to run out and laugh out loud. This was the interview that broke me.
Ronnie, man, close up 48 of 50 school. Close down in mental health institute. Okay? Economic equality is not there in fairness. I would look. Something wrong with him mentally. You gotta have something wrong with you, serious wrong with you mentally. I'm not sure. I think he need to be in that.
He said, "Hey, Rahm Emanuel needs to be in the jail. Throw Rahm Emanuel in the prison. Put Rahm Emanuel in jail." And that broke me. That was the interview. That was the interview that broke me. So there you go. So. But also real quick here too, because folks, if you want to see something interesting that did happen to myself. So when Rahm Emanuel was still mayor of Chicago, myself and Daniel, we actually did cover a major protest event happening in City Hall. And I was actually kicked out. Now, we had press passes and everything else, but I was told to leave. Now, the thing is, I don't know. The police, they picked me out because apparently the way I was holding my camera was wrong. It was a cell phone. Daniel, on the other hand, had our camcorder. So they ignored Daniel, had this big camera right here as we're recording. They picked me out and they throw me out like I'm a criminal. Maybe I am. But this was the event that we covered. So hold on. Let's go ahead and pull this up here for all of you to see. Oh, sorry about that.
We don't respect you. It's okay. We don't respect you. We all you can go back to your home because you've all been screaming and slapping and making noise. If you want to single a young black man out, I find an issue with that. Well, he's the one that shouted. You got an issue, you can have it with every single person in this room, but you want to single out the one black man that screams by himself in this room. That's disrespectful. No,
Now, be clear. Everyone who was they were escorted out. I know they escorted me and a few other people out. I don't know why they singled me out. I'm offended. How dare they? Hey, they said like, hey, you gotta go too. I'm like, what I do? Like, you gotta go. Like, how dare you? And then here's Daniel. It's like he's by himself. I'm like, oh crap. I hope they don't arrest Dan. By the way, the reason why we got the footage here is because Daniel, through some sort of invisible cloak, kept the camera rolling. So somehow they didn't come after him. Man, boy, language, folks. Come on, this is a family-friendly channel. It's supposed to be friendly all the time, every time. All right, so there you go. Yes, some of the great moments of Hardlands Media on the streets of Chicago, as we did all the time, every time. But also, for those of you who don't know, we also did a documentary. Hold on, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm actually proud of this one right here. This was a while ago. This was a while ago, a long time ago. Kit Cabello here. Hold on, I gotta find this one. All right, everybody, lay off me on this one. This was a young Kit, an idealistic Kit, interviewing Chuy Garcia back in the day. Kit Cabello of Hardlands Media. Today, I'm joined with the Cook County Commissioner of the 7th District, Jesus Garcia. Thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks for joining
Oh, God. Shut up, Kit. Get back to work.
us and covering our event.
Well, first and foremost, let's deal with one thing that's really affecting all of Illinois. There's that budgetary crisis. And there was recently the march to Springfield. A good portion of the Illinois population marched to the capital of Springfield. And of course, many Americans, especially here in Illinois, are really afraid of our state's future. Now, specifically in your district, how has this budgetary crisis affected you and your constituents?
Well, there are many people in our district who rely on home care workers to come to help the elderly, the disabled, do the most basic things in life. Get up, take a shower, clean their clothes, get a hot meal where they happen to live, essential things. Nonprofits are suffering because dollars that they relied on to provide care to people in their community, whether it's counseling, whether it's domestic abuse counseling, a host of things they can't do. Many of them were going to buy a building to grow their programs in the communities that need it so badly. They're unable to do that. Many of them have had to lay off staff who are out on the front line, whether it's preventing violence or counseling or mental health services, the basic things that improve the quality of life in our communities. Those budget cuts have had real consequences for people in low income and working class communities, like the working class district that I represent in Cook County. So it's really a tragedy, a travesty that we're going into year 3 of no budget in Illinois. I never dreamt that something like this was possible, and now we've come to see it in full bloom, you might say. But there are real people who are being hurt by the budget impasse in Springfield, and I hope that changes.
Now, this was a serious deal because, unfortunately, for about 2 years, Illinois was operating without a budget. It was a huge fight between then Speaker of the House, Michael Madigan, who was at the time the longest serving Speaker of any House in any state in this country. And then, of course, Bruce Rauner, the Republican governor. I still get cringe panic attacks when I think of his campaign commercials, especially when him and his wife, you know, he's a Republican, she's a Democrat, and they did this commercial of, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat. We don't agree on a lot of things, like politics or that shirt. And he's wearing like a flannel shirt. I'm like, oh, shut up. Shut up, both of you. Yes, I know we're going in the way back machine here, but I just thought I'd just share some fun stuff. Also, my goodness, we just got a couple of super chats here. First of all, Rhonda Smith tipped $4.99. Happy birthday, Hardlands Media. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Sunshine Lollipops tipped $50. Thank you. That was very generous of you. Happy 8th trip around the sun, Hardlands Media, of course. And BW tipped $4.99. Happy birthday, Hardlands Media. Hope you get that White House press position and then maybe later Mayor of Chicago. Don't put that evil on me, BW. You can commission that Al Capone statue. Oh, well, that would be a campaign issue. And by the way, hey, folks, listen. Holy cow, Kick, take it easy on me. Why? What? Hold on. Wait. Jesus, what? Listen, I know I look like a young person in the video, but my goodness, Kick Chat, take it easy on me. Everybody's calling me a nerd. What's wrong? What's wrong with all y'all? Y'all. Yeah, that's right, Doc Terminus. Hardlands Media is 8 years old. And by the way, Case Study QB, good friend of the show. Mandatory thumbs up for Case Study QB. You know, hey, first of all, Case Study QB sits through all the BS. Much love to you, Case Study QB. And also, last 8 years feel like 20 years. Of course they do. Let's see. And Alex says, nice work pants. Well, folks, yes, I do wear the nice work pants, all right? Dan Delboy says, that interviewer is a very serious person. Yes, I'm trying to be a serious person. Come on, lay off me, folks. Lay off me. Yup. Emote Witch, good to see you. High Plains Drifter. Yes, Trey confirmed. You know what? Y'all want to... All right, fine. You know what? Because there's so many y'all here. I think it's only fair that we have fun for this birthday bash. Okay. All right. We're going to have fun for this birthday bash. I think it's only fair that we enjoy it. We enjoy it properly. Folks, viewer discretion should be advised. Don't do it.
What do you do here?
Don't do it.
Bryce? Why don't you come on out here? Let's talk for a minute.
Don't do it, Kit.
Of all places, you show up in front of my house? You know why I'm here.
No.
Need a name.
Don't do it.
Nobody tells me anything, so
right.
I can't give you a name. Okay. Well, what I do know is that we have you for gun charges.
Oh, God damn it.
We've got you for drug charges. We've got you for RICO. So why don't you just go on ahead and give me a name, man? Sing, little canary, sing.
No. Don't do it.
You want a name?
Don't do it.
It's Trey.
God damn it. Ah.
Hey, yo. Kenny running his motherfucking mouth.
No, it's not me.
Can't do that, boy. Get on it now. This one goes out to all them snitches out there who running their mouth when they should keep their mouth closed. Dynamite. Trey 3. Let's get it. That snitch. 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 That snitch shoot him in his head. That snitch drop.
They killed Kit. They killed him. Hey. Bad Cookie says, back before Samson cut his hair. Hey. Lay off me, guys. Okay, come on, folks. But while we are here, I do want to switch things up here. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into too much here. Talking about me being a snitch. How dare you? while we are here, there's something else I do want to bring up. You know, people may not remember this, but we actually did a documentary too back in the day that I would love to share with all of you. Just a short little segment. Just a short segment. Just a short segment. So this was our toxic tour in America's most polluted city.
Everything you're seeing right here, that's all East Chicago. So what we have here in East Chicago and in Gary and in Weiss, you have people are conflicted. People are boosters for industry because that's where they used to work. They've lost a lot of jobs. People are starting to talk. They're starting to share about their health concerns. Prior to this era, people were silent. They were suffering silently. This is a brand new refinery. So recognize that in this contemporary age, we built a brand new refinery right across the street from a National Historic District. And now that facility is in the process of tearing down the National Historic District. That's something that America needs to know. This is something that they are doing, America is doing. In the 1970s, East Chicago was known as Steel Town. We employed over 70,000 people in steel and steel-related jobs. Today, we employ less than 2,400 people. And steel production has continued to go up ever since. Steel is no longer the big employer of East Chicagoans. In fact, most of those jobs don't even go to East Chicagoans. Most of those jobs go to people in the southern part of the county or in Chicago. These are middle-class jobs. They make over $70,000 a year. They don't live in this community. They wouldn't put their families at risk because they know the risk in the facility. Today, the biggest employer of East Chicagoans is a casino. And that tells you where we've gone. And that's been a huge problem. The service industry does not support viable economic base for the community. Lake County, where East Chicago is located, ranks always in the top 10 for industrial releases into the atmosphere. And that's entirely attributed to BP, ArcelorMittal, and US Steel, all of which are right here on the lakefront and clustered right in or around East Chicago. A lot of the discharge up the stacks, they're in a way slurring it. You know, there's often where you slurry it in the pipes that discharge into waterways. But they're also slurring it with water vapor. So they're pumping water vapor into these stacks. And water vapor is a huge greenhouse gas. We're seeing more water vapor in the air. But what that also allows to happen is it allows the contaminants to travel farther. So they're still using this idea, this ancient idea that dilution is the solution. People become cognitively affected when carbon dioxide goes over 500 parts per million. Well, we're going to be globally over 500 parts per million in the next less than a decade. That's going to be a problem. But we have peaks that are peaking even higher. And every time we keep pumping more pollution into the atmosphere, we're displacing oxygen and other particles that we need to live on.
So, folks, I mean, that is just one documentary that we did a long time ago, and it was a interesting time. And not to mention, as we are, you know, continue to do more projects, we did a second follow-up documentary with Connor Dore, myself, Daniel, Connor Dore. We did a follow-up, and things got worse. And what was interesting is that all the activist groups that were protesting during the time, because that first documentary that you saw here, that was done during the first term of Donald Trump. When we did the follow-up a couple of years later, all those activist groups were gone. Those environmental groups disappeared. Nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be heard. Where were they? Where'd they go? Why they disappear? I mean, it is an interesting thing to bring up. It's, I guess, a lot of people forgot their marching shoes, but that will always stay with me. And you'll never see me swimming in Lake Michigan, not after all that chemicals and spills that have happened there. My heart breaks still for that. And that's one of the many things that we've done here. But we also had fun at Heartlands Media too. Most notably, a situation went down at Heartlands Media back at our old studio back in the day. I think it's only fair that I share it with some of y'all. You know, let's have some fun. It's our birthday bash. I could do whatever I want, not to mention, whoa. Ryan 76 tipped $5. Happy puffing birthday, Hardlands Media. Yes. And also BW tipped $1.99. Kit, if you was mayor, you get protection from Trey. It's Trey. It wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me. So yes, that was about 6 years ago when we did that documentary. So thank you everybody for your support on that one. Shout out to our Rumble people, of course, and of course shout out to our X people as well. But folks, we're not done yet. There was a situation that happened.
Look at there's a snowplow. Look at that, Chicago right there.
Hey.
Hey, Chicago.
Okay, so Daniel is gonna go outside and do the first time ever a weather news report showing you guys what we have to deal with. Daniel Lupker is now leaving the 99 Perspective studio. He is going to be exposing himself to harsh elements. Don't fall down the stairs, Dan. Uh-oh. We lost the signal.
There we go. It's snowing. There's snow.
There's a footprint. Is that a body? Stay brave, Dan. Quickly, the search behind you. Hang on, Dan. Dan, what do you see? I don't know. FaZe, you think that's Daniel? Just because when your phone went out, buddy, it's pretty sus. Whatever it is, it's gotten a hold of Daniel. No. Daniel? Yeah? Are you human?
Sometimes.
So we did, hey, Doc Terminus, you asked if Daniel's still around. Yes, he is. So while everybody's still here, check out, here it is, 99 Perspectives. 99 Perspectives is our production studio. So yes, this is what Daniel's doing in regards to keeping our infrastructure up. We also have a production studio, 99 Perspectives. I help out with FaZe, Daniel, myself. This is something that we do. So if you want to know more about 99 Perspectives, check out 99perspectives.tv. So that's what Daniel's doing. Daniel sends his hellos, his well wishes to everybody because, folks, we've had ourselves this has been a great birthday bash, man. I'm glad that we have all these people coming in here and supporting us. Thank you so much. Shout out to our Kick people. So there you go. Was that FU, man? Hey, shout out to Commercial Herschel. I hope your book is doing well, my friend. And thank you for giving me the privilege of writing that foreword in your book. I wish you all the best in all of your success. So there you go. And also, folks, I want to give a huge shout out to Cheese Slice as well, who helped make that wonderful thumbnail for Hardlands Media. So thank you. And also, again, if you want to help us out, please consider being a Patreon supporter, supporting us on PayPal. We do appreciate it. But folks, you know, there's also something else here that I want to address here for Hardlands Media. You know, we need real leaders to step up, real heroes to step up. Thank you, BW, for the cheers. And by the way, Robert Jones, happy birthday, Jarhead, Semper Fidelis. Well, Semper Fidelis to you too. And you know something? There we go. It's good to see everybody here. Much love. But folks, we need leadership. And you know something? There's only one person who I want at my side. No, I don't want no Hawk Tua. I don't want any of these only fools models. I want somebody who I know will love me for me. A real queen.
The Assembly will now hear an address by Her Excellency. I invite her to address the Assembly.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to feel a bit used. I think guys are only interested in me for my accent.
Tina Madbear.
Like, I literally cannot start talking to a guy without one of the first things them say to me is something like, I marry you for your accent. Like, honey.
Yes.
I know. I sound sweet like cornbread.
Yes, she is.
But are you also prepared to deal with the fact that
I
I
can
am
fix her.
that shit crazy? I don't know if anybody's warned you about us Southern women, but if you piss us off, you better start praying and you better start running.
Yes, Tina.
Because we'll kick your ass. And like, just so you know, it's a package deal.
Yes.
You're getting all of it.
Yes.
Are you prepared to deal with that level of crazy just because you like the way I talk?
Yes, Tina. Yes, Tina. Yes, that's my Tina Mayberry. That's my Tina Mayberry. There's only one. Only one Tina Mayberry. There's only one Tina Mayberry in this world. And folks, listen, I know whatever you're doing this evening, listen, whatever you're doing this evening, I want you guys to really enjoy yourselves, but be careful on your way home. You know, I mean, having a house like this, this guy must have got it dirt cheap. But I got to tell you, folks, I got to tell you, it's beautiful.
Oh, shit. I'm here.
Hey, I don't know if that guy's living in a condemned building, but okay. But honest to God, if that's all his in that one condemned building, you got to worry about being jumped by some sort of monster waiting for you in the corner. But also, yeah, hey, folks, yeah, that Silent Hill kind of stuff. Doc Terminus says, effing YouTube won't let me send a super chat. Real quick here, folks, we do appreciate all super chats. If there is, I don't know why YouTube is targeting people if they want to comment to us on our channel. You know, we do have other ways too if you want to help out. I mean, hey, we appreciate all the support. I wish I could fix this. I wish everybody was notified when we went live or when we do go live or when we upload content. We are very appreciative of everybody tuning in to us on X and on YouTube and on Kick as well. Shout out to our Kick people. Much love. Kick is the answer, says Commercial Herschel. Oh, absolutely. I love Kick. Kick is awesome. But so is X. So is Rumble. And of course, yes, YouTube as well. So there you go. We do appreciate it. And Pete Motwich says, I won the lottery. No, I did not win the lottery. That is an urban legend. So there you go. But we do appreciate all the support. But also here, folks, it is our 8th birthday. And you know, this wouldn't be Hardlands Media without whiskey. Yes, folks. I am the Mad King. And if you think I'm going to do the show and not wear my crown, not wear my sunglasses that reveal the aliens, and not wear pants, hey, folks, here's to 8 years. 8 years of Hardlands Media. 8 years of being Chicago's independent media network. 8 years of standing up against censorship, deplatforming, demonetization, shadow banning, and so much else. We're working on a lot of great projects. We're trying to really get things going for 99 Perspectives, Hardlands, and so much more. And it's because of all of you we're here. So here's a shot of whiskey for all you lovely, beautiful people, patron supporters, everyone else. Thank you so much for supporting us. Hey, here's a shot of whiskey just for you lovely people. Oh, yeah. Because it's go time here, folks. Here's to another 8 more years, another 20 years, another 100 years, 30,000 years of Hardlands Media forever. It will be immortal because we are Chicago's fastest growing independent media network. As long as the censorship doesn't suppress us, then, hey, we're doing good here because I'm grateful that you made us part of your evening. Thank you so much for enjoying for our birthday bash. real quick, again, one more time, I'm going to be posting this link here. If you want to know more about all the work that we do here, because Bad Cookies, you're asking about documentaries. We're working on a lot of things right now. There's other things that we have to take care of. But the answer is yes, we want to do more documentaries and so much more. I just wish YouTube wasn't doing the jackboot censorship. We're trying to build up more on Kick and on X and on Rumble as well. So please, we ask for your continued support in liking and sharing our content. So if you can't be a patron supporter, do PayPal or Super Chats. Share the content, like our videos, comment, join our Discord. Yes, we have a Discord community, and to know more about it, here we go. So first of all, I'm going to definitely post a link to 99 Perspectives. Of course, I'm going to be pinning it in the YouTube live stream chat. So there you go. So let me go ahead and pin it. Hit the pin button, pin message. So there you go. But if you want to learn more about 99 Perspectives, 99 Perspectives is our production studio, because we do a lot of good stuff there as well. So shout out to Daniel, because people ask what Daniel's doing. This is our production studio, 99 Perspectives. Okay, we've done a lot of great work. But also, if you want to help out Hardlands Media, check this out too. This is our Linktree. Our Linktree is in the description box. So there you go. You can check us out on YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, Discord, Patreon, PayPal, and Instagram. So there you go. We got all those links to help us out. And finally, folks, just thank you. I've been through a lot. I've lost a lot of good people close to me in the past 2 years. It's been an uphill fight, and I'm forever in your debt. Thank you for building up this show. We would not exist without all of you. So for everybody that's been tuning in and sharing and helping us out, thank you. All right, I want all of you to have a safe evening. Here's to Hardlands Media being 8 years old, and here's to more good things coming our way. Never give up, never surrender, and thank you. We got music by Jesse Jet. I know we're at the end. How could this happen? Why did this happen? We're at the end now, folks. But for that, I'm grateful. So, peace. Take care. Much love. And I'll see all you beautiful people on the flip side. Again, if you want to help us out more, here's our Linktree. All of our links there. Join our Discord. Check us out. Support us if you can. Patreon, PayPal. Check us out on all of our social medias. Double check and triple check. You're still subscribed to us on YouTube. Check out 99 Perspectives, 99 Perspectives Studios. We got all this good stuff. I pinned it in the YouTube chat. And now we got music by Jesse Jet. Have a great evening. I'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. sharp, or else.
Land of the free, and you'll know us by the trail of dead. It's just one more world war to complete the set. When you live by the pike, you die by the pith. You die wide-eyed, still pleading the fifth, or crying divine epithets and pathetic attempts at defense. All empathetic for those on your side of the fence. Well, I'll gladly put you and your legacy into an alternate tense of faltering senses and altered events. Like hun, it ain't a hearse, it's a reaper's stretch. Ah, how sweet, she said. Bunch of hordes in the street like it's Evil Dead. Where the thin blue line meets razor's edge. And where the corporate ladder ascends to a steel-toed boot that awaits on the ledge. You'll be licking it fresh at your boss's request till it stomps each finger and watches you fall to your death. And drown in an ocean of debt. Gone with the fodder who gathered to honor the patient left, who purity tested themselves into sections, step by step, till the next election, when it's just one them and the sound of their well-read theorized breath. That's harm reduction for the lowly cost of you holding your nose and just openly buying the theft. Maybe that's all in the flick of the pen. Maybe we're all one unmarked van from a trip to the pen. Being guarded by pigs who exist on a diet of dying breaths of much worthier men. Honey, heaven's expecting you. Just don't get too hung up on who they let in. Just look up at the shine of the pearly gates. You don't need to worry if there's lead in the paint. You don't need to worry if there's lead in the water, lead in the milk, lead in the honey, lead in the caustic embrace of the Heavenly Father. Lead is the flavor of passive perpetual slaughter. Lead is the taste of us led to the ledge by the lure of the legend of expert consensus, and then beckon to stretch it just one step farther. And I hope all the folks who were boastfully gloating and toasting themselves as the heroes of COVID for boosting their boosters and doing their part are now equally thrilled to be starstruck martyrs. All laid in a government grave with anonymous markers, like you're back from the carvers and off to the splicer. You're the very first wave to be slain in the war against Pfizer. That 100 years war against Pfizer. They are thinning the crowd that is striking right now to bleed adequate pay from those inhuman misers, who all sit in their office and designate coffins to people regarded as nothing but profit for Kaiser. Still the Dems want you nicer. Dems want you softer. Dems want you kinder. Yeah, they all want you graciously starving in silence. You will speak when you're spoken to. Rest of the time, you and all of us peasants are merely depressing statistics neglected in Congress's binders. All bled, bone dry, then fed to the grinder. Our headstones line each step as reminders. That's a lesson in object permanence learned in the furnace by workers consigned to the fire. Workers bled, bone dry, then fed by the fed to the grinder. Fed by the fed to the grinder. Now the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your size unsad, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, and you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Now the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your size unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, and you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. And the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your size unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, bleeds you dry, then dines on the dead. The fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your size unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, and you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Here's where our leaders would see us all led. Here's where our leaders would see us all led. Here's where our leaders would see us all led. Here's where our leaders would see us all led. The fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your size unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, and you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide and your size unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs unread. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, and you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your mind, that it grinds yourself, then it bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Here's where our leaders would see us all led.